What's up, everybody? This is Saber, and welcome to Smuggler's Cove. Now, this is Bench's great undertaking that he's been going for over a year, just shy of a year, something like that, and been putting a lot of work into this. He has his own build series on this, so I just wanted to go ahead and show off what he's been doing with you guys. Just going to be doing his description and then showing off some of the actual station itself. But yeah, I just want to make you guys aware of it and kind of direct you his way, because he makes a lot of really great stuff with logic, but also just building in general. So I'm going to go ahead and let him tell you a little more about this station and its purpose.
Thanks, Saber.
No
I've been working on it since July, so it's crazy. But yeah, this just started off as a project of, hey, let's build a station and see what we build it into, and it's just kind of blown up ridiculous. I mean, we're standing here in the lowest point of the station, which is this massive conference room. It's almost 1 kilometer high, it's almost 1 kilometer wide, and it's been a lot of craziness of just, all right, well, we've got all this space, what do we do with it? So it's got all kinds of things. It's got different classes, it's got massive hangars, it's got a ridiculous amount of logic, and I'm just looking forward to actually getting it to a point where it's out on the server, where it can have a bit more of an RP element to it, where people can kind of make the pilgrimage to go meet there. I mean, I was influenced by things like Tatua, I think it's called Tatulga or something, from Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah, from Pirates of the Caribbean, or Nowhere from Guardians of the Galaxy, sort of this place where more shady characters always hang out and meet. I wanted to build something like that was just in the middle of nowhere, but you go there and it's just a whole civilization of its own, just sort of thriving on whatever carnage that happens to happen. So it's that's the idea for it. Whether or not it gets to that point, I have no idea. I've worked on some stations previously with that sort of premise in mind, but nothing to this scale. It's just absolutely ridiculous. So it's just myself working on it, and it's a series that's been a long time going, and really enjoying doing it.
And it definitely shows that you are at least passionate about it. One, because you've stuck with it all this time, and two, because of all the details you've managed to throw into this. Not to mention all the logic, which is, your logic, in my opinion, is just bar none. I don't see anybody else do anything similar to the kind of stuff you do. So it's really crazy and ambitious.
I used to build PvP maps in Minecraft, so I have quite a good idea of the premise behind how to build that sort of stuff. So it's just whatever I think up of, whether it's like shooting ranges or massive conference rooms that have fully integrated automatic voting systems and stuff in it, to automated combination locks and hangars and management and all kinds of different things. It's got it all in there. I just went, you know what? It's big enough, I can fit it all in there. Why not start from the go and just go, yeah, this is going to be a heavy logic station. Let's build it and see what we can come up with.
Tell me about some of the key areas that you got. So, I know we have some of the rooms that we just checked out. We're obviously in this current conference room, but then what are some of the other really big key points of the station?
All right. So the key station's basically broken up into two different classes. So you got your rich class and your even lower slummy class. So basically, if you're really settling in here, you've got the upper areas above the hangar, the main hangars, and that's all really sparse. It's really open. It's inspired by the Citadel from Mass Effect, as well as a couple of other sort of really games where you've got that big openness. I think Halo has it in parts of their show as well. And then if you're in the slums area, in the lower class, say if you're just someone who's trying to hide out from people finding you, then we've got the slums area, which is the opposite. It's very cluttered. It's very sort of, if you think about Total Recall, Blade Runner, it's got those really red, warm tones to it, while above it's very white, stark blues and greens and stuff. So all this stuff has been thought through. We've got a big Senate chamber, what I'm calling the Parley chamber, where it's got space for 50 or 60 people to come and vote and meet with people. We're standing here in the conference room, which probably fits about 100 people, maybe a bit more, which is on the bottom of the station as well. We have shooting ranges, we have gold traders, we have places to get missions. We've got a lot of bars and nightclubs in here with shady little secret areas and private lounges and stuff as well. We've got a whole area that's built of just remnants of ships as well, with their own docking areas and stuff that have like the internal areas turned into places where you live. We've got a lot of hangars and landing pads all over the station. It's ridiculous.
Definitely.
And then we've also got a whole manufacturing floor where we store a lot of our blueprints. We'll be able to store other stuff as well, and we'll probably expand that area out to a whole shipping section of the station as well. So yeah, there's a lot happening in the station, and we're going to have admin areas, and the whole station's guarded by 8 massive turrets. Like, these turrets are ridiculous. When I first built them, I was testing them, and it was knocking out like 30 million shields in about 10 or 15 seconds.
Oh, jeez.
Ridiculous. So yeah, anyone messes around, and they're definitely not going to survive the encounter. With the turrets as well. And everything's themed pirate as well, which is pretty cool. Mm-hmm. I've tried to keep to that as much as possible, so there's giant skulls all over the exterior of the station. But I've also tried to keep it very, make it feel like it's very functional. So there's a lot of conduits for logic to be able to get moved around, but there are actual conduits themselves that you can walk in and run maintenance in. There's maintenance corridors everywhere, admin access to be able to like control from substations. There's also, what was the other thing I was thinking of? Oh no, I'm completely mind blanked on it. Oh yeah, we've got 2 massive fusion reactors just near our main hangars that actually run the entire power for the station. So they've got massive power lines that join up. You can fly through them and be able to see the internals of the fusion reactors glowing, and there's all kinds of cool safety features and exhausts that go out to space. So there's some really crazy features in there. So I'm very, very pleased with how it's going. And just how much we've been able to fit in here. We've got a lot of space. We've got a lake. The station has a lake. It's just ridiculous just how much is in this station.
Just one of its many features.
It's one of its many features, exactly.
All right, well, that is pretty freaking amazing. Definitely looking forward to seeing where you go. Again, guys, be sure to go and check out his series all about building this thing. You can watch it from the ground up, essentially, well, quote-unquote ground, and see how it grows.
From the center up.
Yeah, there you go, from the center up. And I imagine you probably threw some of your logic stuff in there and all kinds of good stuff. So definitely do go give that a check, and I will link that down below. But do definitely go check it out, because yeah, this is one of the top dogs. You just don't know about it because he doesn't build that much except for this station.
Yeah, this station's pretty much all I'm building. I mean, I'm working on a lot of stuff behind the scenes with the other developers, being able to work on a lot of stuff there. So I'm not as prominent in all the stuff that I'm building, apart from this station. But obviously, I do a lot of tutorials and masterclasses and stuff as well. So being able to teach people how to be able to use things like logic. So eventually, one day, they're able to build the complex ridiculousness of logic that I'm building here.
Absolutely. So yeah, definitely go check that as well, because if you have logic questions, he has answers. So that is another thing. But yeah, I think that'll about do it for this. We'll probably have been all over the station with B-roll at this point. So thank you guys for joining, and we will catch you guys later.
Thanks.